Oh look, more Chinese garbage. Yeah, I never really considered looking into this site. I figured if I'm looking for like bootleg Pokemon stuff, you know, Shein's basically just clothing. Turns out it's not. It's literally just Wish and Temu and AliExpress. It's just all of them, but again, their main focus is clothing, but I mean, you can even look at, it's upside down, the stuff on here, like, oh, there's a bunch of clothing on there, but then, is that a bed? And then like cutlery and like a dog? Can we get a dog off of Shein? Shin, I don't know how to say it. I will say it was more expensive than any of the others that I've done, so it might not be as good of a choice. But I have 10 items for us to do today, and let's go ahead and start with this one that's in a box. Pokemon Deformable Pokeball Toy. Data production November last year. Okay, there's an actual box in this box. Alright, so good shot that this thing is official, because I mean, they do produce things in China. Not everything in China is bootleg. Yeah, I actually remember this. Yeah, there's like a quality seal thing. That doesn't actually mean anything. I saw somebody in one of my previous videos say like, oh, it had the reflective holographic sticker on it. That means that it's real. Man, like, when they first came out, yeah, there's a chance, but I mean, there's an entire industry dedicated to remaking these kinds of stickers. It's just a sticker, but it seems pretty official to me. Wow, this thing came with mini in instruction. Don't worry, if you're looking for bootleg, we got plenty more coming up. So here we go, we have a Great Ball. I suppose that's pretty fitting for Gyarados. Can we press the button? Is that how that works? No, you have to actually open it. Okay, yep, it is packaged. There's our coiled up Gyarados. Okay, I'll actually look at the instructions. I don't know where they went. I lost them. Okay, I don't know how I managed to lose them already, but I cannot figure out where I threw this. I mean, it seems... Okay, that's just like a ring of Gyarados. Okay. Like, when I first saw this thing, I figured it would be like a... Like, it would, like, pop out by itself, but it doesn't seem like that's the case. It looks like you have to actually... Like, I thought this would be, like, a spring-loaded kind of deal. Yeah, you have to actually, like, clip that in place. Okay, no, you can't clip it yet. Well, I might have gotten it stuck. There we go. You gotta pull out his fins here, then click it in place. Then start unfurling him. How does... Okay, there we go. We're getting his head locked in. God, okay, this is, like, a complicated contraption. But we did it. Oh, we still have another thing to... pull out. There we go. There's the Gyarados. Then all you have to do is undo all of that to get him back inside the ball. I don't know what this is about. I don't know why he has a belly flap. He's not a kangaroo. But I'm sure there's a reason that that's there. Oh, maybe it's so that way he can stand by himself? I mean, kinda. Not for long. Okay, I really don't know what else to say on this thing. Like, it screams official to me. It is... oddly, like, kind of posable, but my whole thing when I saw the pictures, it looked like it was, like, springing up out of it. I figured that was, like, the whole point, is that, like, you would open the ball and it would, like, kind of spring up, right? But no, it's all manual. There's no, like, mechanical, like, spring-loaded element to this thing. That's kind of lame. Okay, next item, and I can say I'm already happy. When I had the choice of which one of the plush I wanted to get, the names didn't actually make sense. They didn't line up with their actual names. I picked the one that I thought was Fuecoco, and I got it. Now, not only is he my favorite, but there's a reason I wanted this one specifically. And it's that it looked the stupidest. And, I mean, was I wrong? Like, it's not that inaccurate, but it looks goofy. It's just like the uncanny valley of Fuecoco. His head is so thin, and it's like... going off to the side like it has scoliosis, which I feel ya, brother. I also got the scoliosis. Maybe you can, like, kind of fluff him up a bit more, but it's not like he was, like, in, like, a compressed bag or anything. Nah, he just looks stupid. Like, compare it to the picture that's literally on the tag with it. This is, like, thin Fuecoco. Like, this guy's been hitting the Ozempic, man. Maybe we can get this guy in set, too. Alright. Time for the real fun stuff. We have a Shrouded Fable booster box that is definitely real. Made in China. Recoltia Plastica, 360 pieces. Yeah, definitely a legitimate Shrouded Fable booster box here. I was actually surprised. I don't know what I paid for this, but as with all of the items, the price will be on screen. Like, you can see they tried, right? They tried to copy Pokemon's wrap here, which I feel like you only normally see their attempt at remaking this wrap on products that are obviously, like, close replicas, right? Like we've seen booster boxes that are like kind of scary accurate, and then this wrap just makes it feel more official. This one, anyone who has seen what booster boxes look like will look at this and go, nope. And oh man, I love when my packs come upside down. So I'm obviously not going to be opening all of these, but what I'm hoping for is that these are going to be hand-typed cards and we can get some funny typos out of them. Okay, not too bad back here, aside from the fact that is not English. Argent Adventure et Dazzling Discovery. Yeah, but then the rest of it is English. Like, all of this is English, but the top of it is not. Bizarre. Alright, let's take a look at our Shrouded Fable packs, cards. Man, I love this set. Okay, this might be hand-typed. It's hard to tell right now. Oh my god, what happened to you? Oh, can you see the texture issues on this guy? Like, it's not like on like a scan that they did. Rather, there was just an issue with their printer and they still just threw it in a pack. It feels wrong. Okay, I'm still not seeing anything that looks stand-outish as hand-typed. Like, the text feels a bit off, but it doesn't... I don't know. Like, I could just be thinking that, because if this is hand-typed, they did a pretty dang good job. We have Lucario EX as not a holo. Okay. Crabominable, oh, interesting. We have a full art, sort of, here. Then the Rhydon. Wow, you're just gonna do that to me? I did a video recently where I was doing Stellar Crown, and I had 2 cards specifically that I was hunting. And they throw this guy in here, who, by the way, is not from Shrouded Fable. This is a Stellar Crown card. In fact, I think all of these have been. SCR. Anyways, this is the most valuable card in the Stellar Crown set, and they threw it in here as a fake card. They didn't even put the fake holo on it. It's supposed to be a holo. And wow, okay, weird choices with the holo effect on this one. I can't say I hate it necessarily. Like, it kind of like lines around on the corners, and then it ends on these 2 corners. So the holo doesn't go all the way to the edges. But then you have this like weird extra holo line here, and then just like occasionally on the Pokemon in weird random spots. And in case you're wondering, yes, the backs of them are like obviously like that light blue. Here, let's pick a card here. Let's go with the Phalanx. Let's just like, yeah, first off, tear's a lot easier than an actual card would. Second off, you don't have that black layer. Obviously this is fake. I'm not doing this to see if it is fake. But if you don't know, Pokemon cards have a black layer on the inside. So if you think like a pack that you got was fake, you can like take, oh, this is just a common, who cares, rip it, and see if there is like a black layer on the inside. All right, let's do a couple more just to see if there is anything else. Okay, that by itself is interesting. The weird backwards card. You see that a lot with these Chinese products, though, where they like throw a card backwards at the back of the pack, and a lot of the times it's because it's like, oh, this is the good card. We don't want to spoil it, no matter which direction you open the pack from. Which is a weird amount of care put into it. There's a fake Zeraora. I still love this card, it's one of my favorites, but now we have it as a not holo, a Azumarill Tornadus, and a Miraidon EX with that same weird holo pattern. And these cards are just coming from different sets. So that one's from Temporal Forces, that Miraidon. That is not from Shrouded Fable. Let's see here. Another... Yeah, most of these seem to be from Stellar Crown. But I don't think... Have we had any specifically from Shrouded Fable in here? Like, I don't think there have been any. But the main disappointment to me is that these cards... Okay, we have a golden one. Again, same weird holo effect. This time I don't like the backing of the card. It's like they just selected a 0 space. Like, okay, everything that is white, we're going to throw the holo on, right? And so, like, you have white all throughout the back of this card normally that is now holographic. That's also why it's holographic around item, because they have that white Gaussian blur, like, border around the lettering. And so that was also turned into it. So they just did, like, a one pass of, okay, all white, make holo. Which would explain this dual blade here, right? Because, like, you know, where it's more of a pure white on certain parts of the card, because where it's shining is now holographic. But then, like, the kind of steel gray color isn't, right? And, like, maybe, like, the reflection on that yellow, whatever program they're using, picked up on that, you know, as white, like in that one specific little spot. All right, let's do one more, and then we're moving on. We have the Zeraora again. I'm mostly just interested in the, wow, they're getting, like, all duplicates here. Mostly interested in the hollow in the back to see if it can also confirm my white to hollow theory. And Altaria, which has a lot of white on it, and it seems to be the same story. There are some parts on the Pokemon where the white gets darker, and on those spots, you can see breaks in that weird sparkly hollow going on. So they literally have to select, you know, with like a low tolerance, right? Like a medium to low tolerance. You know, what shade of white, right? So like, if you don't know much about like photo editing, when you're doing like color selection with tolerance, if you have it like 0% tolerance all the way over here, it's only going to pick the exact color that you selected it to replace, right? With a higher tolerance is the more it's willing to branch out to other colors that are within so much of a percentage radius of the original color that you told it to search for. So for example, if you were to tell it, okay, select all white and set tolerance to 100, it's just going to select everything because everything is within that 100% tolerance radius. But if it was like 50, it might do like this steel gray, it might do like a lighter color like blue and stuff. So this is probably like a 15%, 20% tolerance that they did for the hollow effect. Okay, this next one isn't necessarily Pokemon, but if it works out, as if you're also a collector, you might also want to pick one of these up. Maybe not necessarily from Shein. This is a coin collection book. Now, I actually keep all of my Pokemon coins in a binder, and I bought coin collection pages for it. But this is a much nicer quality, however, much smaller than I thought it would be. And yeah, I'm thinking these pouches are going to be too small. I'm thinking they sent me the wrong one too, because they had like one, okay, there's actually smaller pockets at the back. They had pictures of one that was like a nice like red color, and that's the one that I selected. So I think they actually sent me the wrong book here. Okay, it's not really going to fit on camera that well, but this big boy binder have a lot of things in. But at the back, which I don't even have half of them in here anymore. It's been a long time since I've done some proper organization. You can see how I have my coins in here, right? These larger like coin sleeves. But if they will fit in this, it's not a bad idea. The downside is I can't fit the larger coins in it. Okay, unironically, I actually kind of dig it. It fits. Now, this little flap sticks up, which is annoying, but with enough time just sitting there closed, you know, it would eventually kind of flatten down. But I kind of like that. Like, if you had a full page of them all being... Because, like, right now, you can see here, there's large gaps between them. Like, it's a full binder, right? But you can fit 4 per row on one of these, and there's 5 rows. You have 3 by 4 here, so not as many per page. The only downside is, I mean, all of these... So I'd say about half the binder, maybe a bit over half, are these really small-sized ones, and those aren't going to work for anything for me. But... I mean, this isn't bad for the regular-sized coins. If I can find pages this size to put in this book that can do the larger coins, I actually might use this. A coin fell out, so yeah, I don't hate this. I don't like it as much as I thought I would. Let's do another mystery box. Well, sort of. There is something on it. Nothing that tells me what it is. Cool. Yeah, I've done, you know, quite a few of these, like, Chinese shops. AliExpress is, like, the best one by far, by the way. That's not an endorsement. What I'm saying is they have the most amount of product. I was actually, before I decided to do Shein, I went back to Temu and Wish, because I haven't done either of them in a while. And, like, there isn't enough stuff for me to get, like, 10 items to do a video on. Shein actually surprised me about the number of items that they had. I actually had some choice there. But AliExpress by far has the most. And tends to be the cheapest. We have a Rowlet. Pokemon Casual Time Series Decoration. This is interesting. Because if this is what I think it is, the box is very different from what we got before. In my last one of these Chinese videos, it was on AliExpress. And we got this Eevee, and this is supposed to be like the same thing, but the box is very different. It's well made, I'll say that. Like, the box actually feels nice. It's not like crumpled up and beat up, despite being shipped to me in a bag. Although I am destroying it. Oh, because that's like glued. Okay, well, goodbye, box. Okay, pretty official looking packaging here. Ling Boing. The same packaging as the other one on the inside, and yeah. Not a bad basic little figure. A bit concerning that there's no copyright date on there, but also if this is meant for the Chinese market, like it is there, the Chinese copyright laws are basically non-existent, so it's not that weird. that it wouldn't have that if this is being made officially for the Chinese market specifically. And yes, it comes with a little bean bag. So you can set the Rowlet down and let him take his nap. Yeah, not bad. This screams official to me. Okay, I had to take a little brief break, and yeah, just like with the Eevee from last time, it recommends using it to clean your phone and as a wrist rest. But I went ahead and got the Eevee as well, and yeah, these bags are like the same size. I thought it might have been bigger at first, but yeah, these seem pretty official to me. We actually realized that we had these little 3D printed Pokeballs. They came with a thing, but these bags actually fit in there, like, pretty good. But then you can put the Eevee in it, and bam. The downside is these are balls. They don't have a flat bottom, so they just kind of do that. But if we could build, like, a little thing for him, it'd be neat. Okay, maybe Rowlet's bag is a bit bigger. But, yep, there he is, sleeping in his Pokeball. Good night. So far, we are not doing that bad. I mean, that thing. And that thing. So let's hope that trend continues, because I was genuinely excited for this boy. This is a thing of headphones. Model Pokemon FB-E01. These are Pikachu wireless earphones. It's weird that there's not a mark on the box for which color it is. I'm just trying to say it's like those three combination. I don't know. Little story time. I have issues sleeping without some sort of sound, without something to kind of keep my brain off of overthinking. But I usually have like something playing just to, you know, add some noise that helps me sleep. Yeah, my girlfriend's the opposite, so I usually wear an earbud. And it's honestly like, it kind of irritates my ears some nights. These look like they are the no contact style that sits outside of your ear. So if these are even somewhat halfway decent, these might be my new sleeping earbuds. But okay, that thing slides out. Not terrible packaging here. Again, this might be like an official thing in China. So is there anything behind this, like a charger? There is. Are you? Oh, thank God it's USB-C. I was so afraid they were going to go micro B. This is not a micro B household. I say using lighting that is micro B. Instruction booklet, which actually does have some English on it. All right, let's open it up. Here is, okay. So some little protective wrap. Gotta say, first off, this is a large case. Like, I got big hands. This is a large case to, like, keep around in your pocket. But again, USB-C in the case. It does have Nintendo Creatures, Game Freak, all the copyrights you might need. For sale in China only, yep. So this is probably, once again, another non-bootleg item. So, let's pull one of these out. And yes, they are the non-contact. So you can see right here, this basically sits just outside of your ear. So you might have some noise bleed as a result. I gotta say, they don't look that bad. I feel like this glossy crap might become like a fingerprint magnet. Also, the way that they cross over each other in the case, like I tend to only wear one earbud at a time. So if I wanted the left one, I have to take the right one out, take the left one out, put the right one back in. Can they cross over either direction is the question? Okay, yeah, it's not like they like prevent each other from charging when they're crossed the wrong way, so neat. Okay, I have one in and it doesn't fit too bad. But it didn't make any kind of noise. No. Oh, I say as it makes noise. All right, I am going to stop filming for a second, I guess, and try to get these things paired. Okay, so I can't play this part with video. Long story short, I'm using my phone to film this one. But I wanted to give you guys an idea as to the noise bleed. Because part of the issue with these no-contact headphones is that they have to be a bit louder and they're not really sealing inside of your ear. And so people around you might be able to hear what you're hearing. So I have my volume on max. I'm going to be holding it about as far away as my mouth is right now from the microphone and see if it actually can pick up. Because it is definitely bleeding. It's playing right now. It's playing a song by Jeff Williams. A pretty loud song. And it definitely bleeds. That's max volume. It honestly isn't too bad of bleed for it being maxed out. Altogether, not too bad. Because they are over the ear, they take a bit longer to put on than a standard thing of headphones. But I mean, they pair seamlessly. Like, I opened it up, I clicked pair, it paired to it, and then the second I pulled the second earbud out of the case, it immediately picked up and started playing. Like, there was almost no delay. Quality-wise, I mean, they're not amazing. They're fine. They're not going into your ear. If you're an audiophile, you weren't even considering these things anyways. But they're fine, and for going to sleep with, I barely even feel them. They're not entering my ear. I think I'll actually be using these. Just continue messing up my set. Alright, next one. Pretty simple, pretty boring. We got a beast ball. Oh, is this a Ziploc? That's new. Why are they shipping it in a Ziploc bag? Again, probably official from China. Yeah, made in China. And then just Pokeball. But it's pretty simple. It's just, wow, it's actually pretty dense. It's just a beast ball. They had a bunch of options, but I mean, I had to go with the unique one that has like the fins on it, you know, something more than just round ball. Yeah, I mean, it seems fine. I don't know why about this. Like, why is it long? What the hell? Why is it so elongated? Like, you need to, like, go in, buddy. You're not round. It's shaped like an eyeball. Like, it sticks out more here at the top. It's not perfectly round. It's more of like a I don't know. I'm not gonna try to throw out terminology. It's more eyeball shaped, but I mean, it's a beast ball. I thought more of the things I'd be getting today would be bootleg. And so when I go to like, oh, this thing might be official, like, you know, it might be one of the few official things. I feel like most of the things today have been. The Fuecoco, I'm still curious about. It looks like the tag and stuff all looks correct. It's just ugly. So if it is official, it's a failure of a product. The cards obviously are not. But if I had to guess, this is, like, surely they're not faking Pokemon Uno. Pokemon Asia, #1 family fun. Yeah. Ironically, there's a period of time where me and my girlfriend were actually playing Uno like every couple nights. It is just clearly a good card game. So, I mean, Uno is one of those things that they can easily just, like, slap anything on and sell it, right? Like, oh, this is the Pokemon version. It doesn't change anything. It's just, you know, artwork being added to it. I wonder which game has had more like third-party partners, right? Like Monopoly or Uno. Like they're both pretty easy to do, but I feel like Uno is a lot easier to pair up with third parties than Monopoly is. But I mean, okay, Ditto being on the change color, not bad. Okay, pretty fitting, I guess, to have Unknown on the skips, maybe. Reverse is Greninja for some reason. Draw 4 evolutions also kind of makes sense. Victini +2 is holding up 2 fingers. Mewtwo #9, I'm not sure how that... Well, if Mew is #6, that would make sense. I suppose. 8 with, Shield Dog. Sword Dog is 7. Wow, that is some beastly artwork. What the hell? They went all out on Zacian. Now I'm questioning if these are official. They feel kind of cheap, but I mean, it's Uno. What do you expect? #6, Venusaur. Why the Mega? Why the Mega? On 5. Bizarre. Charizard on 4. Sobble on 3. Scorbunny on 2. And Grookey on 1. Oh, and then Pikachu on 0. I forgot there are zeros in Uno. The cards feel cheap, but if they're being manufactured in China, they're probably not going to have the same manufacturing tolerances that we do here, right? Probably entirely different machines. I don't know if I would say these are official or not. Like, I would have to assume that it just is, right? Like, it would be odd if this was bootleg. It'd be a very weird thing to bootleg. I will say, they didn't clean up the paper well after doing that, because, like, it is leaving fibers all over my desk. Like, holy god. But yeah, probably official. Just Chinese market only. 2 items left, and I can tell you, nope, this one isn't. I mean, it's Shein, right? You have to get clothing on here. So, the reason I purchased this is I got a Gengar beanie. I want to say it was from Temu, and it was actually very comfortable, and I like the way it looks. And, I mean, Ditto beanie might be the same story. It feels very similar to the Gengar one. I will say I like the shape of the Gengar beanie more. I actually have it right here. You can see it's like more rounded, whereas the Ditto one, let me get them more properly lined up. The Ditto one is taller and kind of comes to more of a square head. I'm not a big fan of tall beanies. Okay, it's a bit tight, I'll give it that. Yeah, it's definitely not as comfortable. As someone who does a lot of hat wear, I'm very picky on it. And it's fine. Like, it's not something that I won't ever use. Mostly like when like filming videos or whatever. God, the Gengar one is just... This thing is so tight, and like the material they used is like... It's like dense, right? Like it feels heavy on your head. If you're the kind of person who really hates the cold, you would probably like this. The Gengar one feels light, it stretches around the head better. Granted, I've been wearing it, like I've had it for a while. But this is not as good quality, in my opinion. I mean, the stitching and stuff, which I'm no expert on, looks fine, so I can give it that. Maybe I'm entirely wrong. Maybe that's terrible. I have no idea. And the final item... Oh, I'm excited. If you watched the last video, one of these star items was actually one of these fake Pokemon tins. We got some funny cards out of that, with Abta on screen here, being one of my favorite fake cards ever. And I'm hoping for more of the same here. So we have a full art Glissapod here. Seems to have the same weird, like, highlighting the white to turn hollow, because you have that same strip down here in the EX roll we saw in those others. But, I mean, Twilight Masquerade 10, official Nintendo seal of approval. Oh man, because Nintendo definitely has their hands in the production of Pokemon cards. Alright, same crappy plastic that was in the other one. So hopefully that does mean hand-typed cards. Ooh, maybe not. At the very least, I'm not seeing the same level of typos as before, but the text doesn't look that off, although it is kind of in this one. The text doesn't look as off as it did on the other cards. It's not screaming hand-typed to me, although this one kind of does. Again, like last time, we were just looking for them funny typos. I was real excited to see that they had these same... I mean, these are hand-typed 100%. Like, look at that rarity symbol on that and on that. They are huge. I mean, the font down there is the wrong size, I'm pretty sure. Like, that looks really big compared to normal cards, especially this one. But whoever made these... Okay, yep, whoever made these did a better job. However, Pokemon's full of, with no space, Curiosity, It Battles, no space. Okay, yep, we are looking at hand-typed. But so far, nothing egregious. No, like, messed up names. I shouldn't mention that I'm going to be slower to spot issues because I am dyslexic. What the hell? Is it 10 or is it 50? Fury Swipes, flip 3 coins. Its attack does 50 damage for each heads. Or does it? Does it do 10 damage for each head? With no blur behind it. Oh, it's fantastic. Okay, I'm happy. Wow, what is that? Q-Faint can lift, all as one word. That was one issue we saw a lot with the other one, although I didn't mention it much in the video. We saw a lot of, like, no spaces being added down there. Put up to 3 Pokemon from your discard pile, just a massive space. Same with right here. 50 more damage for each energy. Tapu Bulu with Wood Hammer, Q-Fan. Feel free to pause the video and look for things that I'm missing, because, you know, I have to kind of keep things going. Can't sit here forever. I'm definitely going to be missing some things. What is this? Shitreon? S-H-T-R-E-O-N. Shit. I don't know how else to pronounce that. That's just Shitreon. Shitreon cut. What? I mean, at least it's correct up there. But that is S-H-T-R-E-O-N. Alright, I'm sorry, Shitreon, that's just your new name. Zoric Decidueye stuck up on feathers. The Pokemon names being typos are always, like, my favorite part. My boy, did they do anything to mess you up? Wow, no lack of spaces down here? See, they put extra attention into the best Pokemon. They knew what they were doing on that one. Fragoriff, one Durful Rumble, Persian, Dusknoir. We have the Power Glass. Not seeing anything weird on that one. Toxicroak, Glaceon. Now see, this should be Shitreon in my opinion. Worst evolution. I just don't like its dumb head. Like, when you see a Glaceon from behind, and you just see its bald baby head with this weird headgear on, like, it's just an ugly evolution, like, from the back of its head. Okay, that's a lot of text there for me not to see anything messed up on it. That's impressive. Like, they definitely had 2 people working on these cards, and one guy, like, had a better grasp of the English language. Clefable, Pheasantipity, Chi-Yu, Blood Moon, Ursaluna, Medabite? MDA Bite. Medabite. Okay. Dangerous Laser. Yep, there's a weird typo thing going on down here where they, like, put text over text again on the card number down there. We have the Melotic. Oh, I was hoping for some messed up names. I mean, we had Shitreon, but it wasn't on the top. Alakazam EX, that is a very overdone hollow effect on that guy. And then upside down, for some reason, we have the Roaring Wake EX with Pasado. It is a Pasado Roaring... I'm guessing that's Spanish for past or ancient. We have Walking Wake EX. Catharsis Roar? I feel like that's also not what that's supposed to be. I could be wrong. Okay, these weren't as good as the others. I was trying to chase something and I ruined it by chasing it. But still, Shitrion is a new highlight for me. If you noticed anything I didn't, feel free to leave a comment down below. Believe it or not, I actually read like all of my comments. I'm an insane, like I am mentally insane as a YouTuber. I have notifications turned on. When you guys leave a comment, I get notified within like a minute, and like I don't always respond, but I always read them. So like if you ever leave a comment and then you see that I hearted it within like 60 seconds, that's not a bot. I'm actually doing that. Like, I'll be at work, I'll get a notification, I'm like, oh, I like this comment, and I give it a heart, and then I move on with my day. Fun fact, if you leave a comment on, I know we're going off the rails, if you leave a comment on a YouTuber's video, and then decide, oh, I don't actually want to say that, and you delete the comment, if they have the notifications turned on, they're still gonna see it, and then they're gonna click on it to go to the comment, and it's just not going to exist, and we know... We could see your username and what you typed, and now we know that you deleted it. I had a guy the other day leave like a really mean comment, and I go to look at it, and it's gone. And like on YouTube, the comments that are like removed or like on hold, we can review and decide, okay, that's not actually offensive. We can allow that one. It wasn't in the hold section either, so they got really mean and then felt bad and deleted it within like a few seconds. But it is now time for bonus card of the day. Explanation right down there. If you guys have any suggestions for any other sites I can do this stuff with, I mean, I kind of hit the big four, right? Wish, Temu, AliExpress, and now Shein. I don't know there's really any other options out there. It just sucks that AliExpress is the one that I kind of have to keep going back to because they're the only ones that have enough options for me to find something fun. So, playing Guess the Year. Of course, there's no price tag on that one. Tiny bit of whitening. This card is definitely going to be modern. How modern, though? I'm going to be like 2022. Oh, that is ironic. It's actually 2024. I rarely buy cards from the exact year, though lately I feel like we've been pulling a lot from here. We have the Cresselia as an illustration rare, number 71 of 64. Not a bad-looking card, but you might remember, we just pulled a fake of this card in this tin. And yeah, here you can definitely tell. Oh, they even used the wrong energy symbols. Look at that. Look at the energy symbols. Like, they even used the wrong ones. Like, that's funny. The text is much larger on the fake card. The white around it, you can see, like, the white around the text is not that, like, far out. These are actually sticking out pretty far, and they're not centered. They actually kind of go down. Like, almost like they're doing a drop shadow instead of a Gaussian blur, and then just, like, changing the radius of the drop shadow. So it's angled down. Oh, that is just funny. Also, the description is different. What? So on the official card here on the top, shiny particles are released from its wings like a veil. It is said to represent the crescent moon. But then this one says, although it's called a guardian deity, it's violent enough to crush anyone that it sees as an enemy. What? Where did they pull that from? Bizarre. Like, I don't understand where they pulled that from. Like, come on guys, basic Photoshop skills. You can just take an actual image of the card here, crop that out, throw it down here. If you have to reconstruct the card by hand, like, there are more convincing ways to do it. But wow, that is the best card of the day we could have had. Alright, this has been a very long video, so if you guys enjoyed, give it a like, subscribe to the channel for more card stuff. My goal is to try and do these Chinese things like once a month. How I've been doing it lately is I film one, and then like within a day or two of filming it, I go on those sites and do another order. Look for more things. And then whenever that arrives, because you know how long shipping is, so I'm trying to do these more often. I guess I'll go ahead and link to the last AliExpress video that I did on screen, along with a playlist of all of my Pokemon videos if you feel like binging. Thank you guys very much for watching, and hopefully I will see all of you next time. Goodbye for now.